Hey folks, hope you enjoyed the new titles today. Sorry they weren't ready yesterday. Took me 4 days in After Effects to make that, but I'm really proud of the result. Day 2 of my October Fright Fest is brought to you by the human race. Nothing worse, nothing scarier. And I kind of think that really shows through in my ghost story for today, which I didn't hear from anyone, I didn't read it out of a book. This is something that really happened to me. Swear to God. Or, you know, whoever the fuck is messing with our lives. It comes from the steamy underbelly of the United States, New Orleans. Or, you know, a little bit outside New Orleans, but New Orleans just sounds great. I'm just gonna tell you the story and you can judge for yourself. Oak Alley, Louisiana. It's a plantation. And that's already scary because, you know, slavery and shit. But, so there was this couple who ran the plantation, you know, white people, and the wife really liked living in New Orleans. You know, it's cosmopolitan, it's fancy, they have all those fried foods. She was living it up. She loved it there. And her husband loved living on the plantation, and obviously that was like out in the countryside. And so, you know, they were in two different houses. Their marriage was not going great, but they loved each other. They really wanted to make it work. And so the husband was constantly saying, you know, you should come and visit me on the plantation and spend time with me here. And she was like, no, fuck the country, I'm good. And finally he was like, no, you really should come and visit. I'm not feeling too hot lately. And she was like, we are all feeling hot all the time because it is Louisiana and global warming. Was there global warming in the 1800s? I don't know. They definitely didn't have AC though, so it can't have been great. But he keeps writing to her and saying, seriously, please come and visit me. I can't come to you. I'm sick. And she was like, that's just one of our jokes. He's fine. He's fine. He died. She was really upset about that. And you know, partly because she loved the guy, I don't know. Partly because she had to go around dressed all in black like Scarlett fucking O'Hara, you know, with the veil and the bonnet and the corsets and the hoop skirts. It just would have been a whole thing. And she never really got over that because, you know, I mean, would you get over that? I have to think that if I got married and my husband was like, I'm sick and I'm dying, please come and visit me. And I was like, no, you're not. And then he died. I would be really embarrassed. So let me tell you about me going to visit their house. This was not in the 1800s, this was about 200 years later. And I was with my parents, and we had kind of been touring all sorts of stuff, you know, around the state because American history and whatnot. And at a lot of these places, they actually make people dress up the way that folks did a long time ago. Like you had people in like Confederate uniforms, which, and you had people in hoop skirts, and you just stand there going, oh my God, I'm so glad that I'm standing here in a skirt smaller than a Band-Aid, because I don't know how they handled that. And as we were touring Oak Alley, I remember looking out of the window and seeing one of these weirdos, you know, wandering around in full costume, and I was like, oh God, black? Ugh, it's July. And near the end of the tour, my dad asks, oh, are there any ghosts here at the plantation? And the docent fucking says, yes, let me tell you this story. She goes on to tell the story of that husband and wife that lived there. And she ends the story by saying, and ever since then, the wife has wandered the grounds in her mourning, dressed all in black. Oh my God. Like I feel like, you know, call it ghosts, call it anxiety, call it what you want to call it. I felt like I'd stepped into a cold shower, and like not in a relaxing way, like in an oh God, I saw a fucking ghost kind of way. So that's the story of when I saw a real ghost. Ghosts are real. I hate it. I hate it so much. So hopefully that sent a shiver down your spine, or at least a chill to your anus, like it did for me. Let's talk about today's movie recommendation. It's The Autopsy of Jane Doe. This 2016 supernatural horror film stars Emile Hirsch and Brian Cox. Cox. Anyway, they are father and son coroners who experience creepy shit while examining the body of an unidentified woman. It's got some cool visuals and decent jump scares, but best of all, fucking Speed Racer is in this. Now, if you want a movie that's a fucking assault on your senses, Speed Racer is the one to go with. But that's really a movie that I'd recommend for another holiday, like Election Day or 4/20 when you're already stoned out of your mind. But check out The Autopsy of Jane Doe and prepare to be scared. Or not. I have no idea how you'll react, and frankly, I don't care. Bye!